First of all, I'd just like to thank you, Nani B, and thank you to Trent for the welcome and the smoking ceremony this morning, and also to Nova in emceeing this event. Before we start, I'd like to have a minute of silence, please. Thank you. So in memory of the Indigenous Carbon Industry Network wish to honour the late Mr. Rioli, who facilitated the 2020 Savanna Fire Forum. As a Munapi traditional owner, senior ranger and Tiwi Resources and founding director of this network, his passion for fire management lives on through this forum today. And we'd also like to show our respects to past people and elders who passed away over the last couple of years. It's been difficult over the last couple of years in getting together because of COVID and the restrictions of travel. So we'd like to share that acknowledgement to all our elders, young people and family members who have passed away. So on behalf of, so I don't want to be too formal. You know, everyone's sitting here so formal and uptight. You know, let's loosen things up a bit. So usually a keynote speaker would, you know, go through the formalities, but I think Nova's done a really fantastic job at that. And, you know, I want to really, I guess, thank everybody. If you have a look around, look at this room and look how dynamic it is. And, you know, as we talk about the wisdom in this room, the expertise and the knowledge that we share in this room today is pretty amazing. So, you know, congratulations to you all who've made the effort to be able to be here today. So 2023, Savanna, our forum, North Australia Savanna Fire Forum. Isn't it wonderful to be back here today? Face to face, seeing people around, everyone's got smiles and we can hug each other and high five, so without having to sanitize our hands 24/7. I'd like to, again, thank you, Arnie B and Trent, because it was, you know, it's the importance of the welcome to country and the acknowledgement when we do these things is to really take this to heart. It's not just a joke, it's not just a tokenistic practice, it's something that we need to instill in everybody to acknowledge what land we stand on and what country, and to be able to acknowledge the traditional owners of the lands we talk on and speak on today and where we work. So again, I, as a Jarragidja woman from Balangara and also connected to Balangara and Bunaburnigana, I know it's very hard to pronounce some of these names, but I'd like to thank you for welcoming us and to pay my respects to past elders, present, and our next generation of people coming through this space. And also to make this time to really acknowledge the other traditional owners who stand in this room today. We've got people from all over the world, but, you know, our sisters and brothers from this country, our First Nations people of this country. We have over 30 Indigenous language groups in this room today, so it's pretty amazing that we're able to come here today and to acknowledge our fellow sisters and brothers who travel from international seas. You know, if we look around, 350 delegates I think we have, Anna, is that correct? And more waiting to come in, so it's, you know, I think it's probably one of the biggest and, you know, continuing to grow. So, you know, that's a sign, I guess, to ICIN to think about a bigger venue coming up. So we need some more sponsors out there to make it happen. So if you know of any sponsors or anybody who'd like to contribute anything to, you know, a bigger space to be able to grow this, you know, this wonderful, I guess, forum to really bring in more people to the space, because it is a growing industry and we really want to look at how do we improve and how do we make sure that we're evolving and keeping up with the times, but also making sure that the traditional knowledge is not missed. So just acknowledging we have 350 participants, over 50 plus people on the wait list, 30 language groups in this room from all over Australia. And also we have a number of represented delegates over 30 international guests at this forum. So I'd like to acknowledge our guests who travel from far. We have representatives from PNG, Timor, Botswana, Mozambique, Guatemala, Namibia, Belize, Zambia, Angola, Morocco, Portugal, and the United Nations. We thank you and we welcome you, and we hope that you're able to engage and interact with our First Nations people and to be able to take on note, that we have shared values across this space and to be able to help and share our knowledge through this forum. We'd also like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors who've given us this opportunity to be here, because we wouldn't be able to do it on our own. We know, in this space, a lot of government really don't want to see us succeed, and this is where it's really important that we as First Nations people really build that relationship with strategic partnerships who really want to partner in this space, because this is a growing industry. We know we're having to put up with policies. We know we have to put up with changing of legislations, continually changing the methodologies to be able to keep up with the Western systems. But as traditional owners of this country, we want to take advantage of these opportunities also. There's an opportunity through this program, through the Savanna Fire methodologies, and we can see that it's really benefited our people in moving forward. We want to make this happen, and again, thanks to our sponsors and all those people who've actually volunteered and contributed their time to make this forum happen. During the sessions, you'd see on the program, there's some new deeper dive sessions. Again, another great word. But deeper dive, like, what does it actually mean? We want to be able to look at people engaging. We don't want people talking to us. Those days are over where people are dictating to us. So at the end of the day, we want to encourage our First Nations people to engage and participate, and to be able to remind non-Indigenous people that this is a space for our people to shine and make that happen. Allow that space to happen, allow those conversations to happen, and we can progress forward to a better future for all of us. I'd just like to also acknowledge my co-chair, Dean Yabarbuk, and our ICN directors who are here, our staff and our volunteers who've made this come through, and also our members of ICIN. Again, we've got over 30 members in ICIN. That's unheard of. I mean, I've been around for a long time, and having a look at the delegation and, the membership, it's obviously a growing space. We're a new organisation. We want to continue to do the work that we have to do in helping and assisting with information, helping and assisting with policy development, but also it's the process of empowering our people to be at the table to look at the benefits for our mob. How many times do we actually see our mob benefiting from a system from the government? Really? This is, and it's a constant battle. Like, I don't know how many people are involved with these conversations around the federal government and the state government, but it's constantly having to be on our toes. And it's not easy, and we don't have the resources in all these different, spaces to keep up with the policy. We have one CEO, we don't even have a policy staff member at the moment. So, to be able to pull these things off and to be able to have the support systems from our 30-odd members who are feeding into the policies as we lobby the government for the betterment of our people, this process is very, very important. And everybody in this room plays a really important role on how we do business moving forward. It's a changing industry, it's a growing industry, but remember, this is our country, always will be. So we're here to stay. There are policies made up to get rid of us, but guess what? We're still here. It's pretty amazing. So, on that note, I just want to really encourage our mob to take this opportunity to participate, to engage, to share your knowledge and your experiences, and to be able to think about how do we make a change for the future? How do we continue to empower our people to be the leaders in this industry? You know, we had this conversation yesterday at our board meeting around this growing space and this growing industry, and, you know, how important it is, and, you know, to our non-Indigenous peers out there who are working with us. But the important thing is to remember your place. You are, even as a CEO, as a project officer, non-Indigenous, you stand behind us. You support us. You walk with us. Do not lead the way. So at the end of the day, we need you to make sure that you're helping us be the face to what we're talking about, and especially when it comes to our business. When we talk about fire, when we talk about country, when we talk about language, law, culture, that is our business. So let's move forward with this, take on note, and I want everybody to enjoy themselves. Yes, I can have this really serious bitch face, but I'm so sorry about that. I get really passionate about this. You know, it's a space where, you know, the importance of sharing our story and our journey, but, you know, I think, you know, there is a place for passion, there is a place for seriousness, there is a place for humour, there's a place for sadness, there's a place to really honour each and one of you in this room today, and thank you for being here and participating in this wonderful forum today. I don't think I have anything else to share, but, you know, just really want to encourage the younger generation, the younger people in this room. You know, this is your future. Really want to encourage you to really engage with the expertise in this room, to participate, ask questions, and, you know, get the best out of this forum. Before we go, can we just ask Nicole to stand up, just so that everybody who know who Nicole is, for those who don't. So if you want to share a story, do a video, or Nicole wants to do a recording with someone, just go to Nicole, because it's important that we get this together and, you know, really engage in the process. And Anna, for those who don't know, Anna, can you just stand up, please? I know you're pretty famous by name, but probably nobody knows you by face. A lot of people don't know you by face. And my co-chair, Dean Yubavuk. So for those who don't know Dean, we work together on this, you know, and it's an awesome... It's really important that we think about, you know, our role and our responsibility as male and female in this space, because as you look around, the importance of the role that women play in this space. I know initially when the Indigenous Ranger program started, we always had males, you know, in these positions, but to be able to see the growing or the growth of women in this space, it's pretty awesome. So, and for the men, and it's a family responsibility. When we talk about fire, it's not just individuals. We talk about, you know, how do we do this as a collective, as individuals, as women, as men, as families, as communities, because it is our role and responsibility to look after country and manage country for a healthy outcome. So thank you, and I look forward to yarning with you guys later on.